My camp experience was excellent.
Awesome. I had a really fun time at camp. Camp was terrific.
I had a great time at camp.
The Plastic Pollution Education and Ocean Conservation Program, or Plastic Camp for short, is a fun, exhilarating, life-changing, exciting environmental education program that takes students on a holistic journey from the problem with plastic to solutions to this environmental issue.
Having one camp experience, a single camper will maybe in one day experience songwriting,
Citizen science,
beach cleanups,
art and activism,
art making,
community outreach.
We had 30 kids here all working together on this project, inspiring each other to make a commitment to protect the environment.
Plastic has a very, very negative effect on the ocean.
Scientists still believe that by 2050 there will be more plastic in the water than fish.
We also can eat plastic because when we eat fish that eat the plastic from those gyres,
Animals out there are suffering, and it's really a bad thing with plastic pollution.
Sometimes science is a very hard concept to grasp, and in the scientific field, especially around plastic pollution, there's so many things to try and understand. With our program, with our organization, what we do is we bridge the gap between community and science, and we make science applicable.
We went on a boat trawling the ocean at the Exuma Sound.
And we trawled for plastic.
We found a few pieces of plastic in the seaweed that we caught in the trawl net.
Maybe 23 pieces of plastic.
It was fun picking it out. We saw a tiny little baby fish. That was cool.
These students are investigating the gut content of fish such as mahi-mahi and tuna and mackerel and other sports fish that are out in the pelagic waters and that may ingest plastic pollution. And that experience within itself has been very life-changing for a lot of students, and there they made the connection between my lifestyle on land is really affecting animals, especially animals that I like to eat.
We also dissected mahi-mahi stomachs.
and we went to dissect the albatross.
We did the bolus of the albatross bird.
Bolus, which is their vomit. And then it had rope, it had nets, pieces of nets like strings.
We found lots of plastic.
Getting them right hands-on with that science and helping them to understand that it's not this concept that's out of reach. It's really what fuels our students to want to make a change because they're seeing it for themselves. With our program, we go into a partnership with the students where we're helping them to find solutions to this issue together. So students evaluate the role that single-use plastic in particular plays within their lives, within their homes, schools, communities, and we find solutions to this issue that fit the model of our small Bahamian island.
I've learned how to be an activist. We learned about youth activism, how it's changing the world. We watched videos about people who were only 11 or 12 or 13 years old that made a big impact in their little community or maybe their country.
So the learning experiences that Bahamas Plastic Education Camp is providing for students are second to none, because the way they stimulate and engage different types of learners, the way that they get kids to work collaboratively to solve problems, to reflect on their lives, to make connections between, different issues, to understand things that are happening around the world. It's really powerful and beneficial. So as an educator, I want to testify really to the value of this program for young people to have authentic learning experiences.
We also watched this graphic video about a turtle with the plastic straw stuck in its nose, and it was just gross.
After seeing the video, we made a pledge that we wouldn't use plastic straws again.
Made a campaign yesterday about stop using plastic straws or stop using plastic on the whole. And then we were practicing for our presentation to the restaurants to try to get them to stop using plastic straws because they can really hurt the turtles in the water.
It's such an impactful program to the students, and they're so excited not only to learn but to change, and realizing that they have the power to create change. Living in the Bahamas, it's extremely hard. We have plastic, single-use plastic, disposable plastics embedded in our culture, in our lifestyle. So sometimes it's really hard to avoid using these items. So students learn to disconnect from plastic items such as bags, bottles, straws, things that are arbitrary, things that don't necessarily need to be used.
I've also learned how to stop using plastic and how to reuse, recycle, how to stop the waste from going in the sea and on the land.
If they give you a straw, or if they ask if you want one, just say no straw, please. You can carry your own straw, you can get a metal straw, or even use a paper straw, because it's much more better than a plastic straw that cannot degrade.
I refuse to use plastic straws.
I refuse to use plastic bags.
We go out into the community and we hear such positive feedback like, Sarah, you know, she never forgets to bring her reusable bag, or Joey came in today and he refuses to get a straw, or Justin always brings his water bottle with him wherever he goes.
My name is Kalantha Hall, and I'm a plastic warrior.
My name is Christian Carey, and I am a plastic warrior.
My name is Carey Talanti, and I am a plastic warrior.
My name is Shanti Carey, and I'm a plastic warrior.
My name is Shaggy Shirt McGee, and I'm a plastic warrior.
A plastic warrior is a student that is dedicated, a student that is not afraid, a student that is willing to partner with community members and find solutions to this issue. This year, for example, we actually constructed plastic bins to put out in the community by diverting over 500 pounds of plastic water bottles and actually structuring our plastic bins using those recycled water bottles. By the end of our camp program, they staged a community show that we called a trash and fashion show. And at this show, they incorporate Bahamian culture and they create songs, dance, music, skits, and they perform this to a Bahamian audience.
Made a song about plastic. We went on the beach. That's the same plastic I made my jewelry with, and we made a mural out of the plastic.
We were making clothes out of trash.
Trash and fashion, like with the fishnets, clothes and the Capri Sun, sewing them together.
Actually using this debris and using that as a message within itself to say, hey, we're creating so much waste, we can actually wear it. Now's the time to do something about it.
Favorite part was when we made the giant turtle out of the plastic we found.
My favorite part about camp was when we went on the boat, trawling, looking for plastic, and dissecting fish.
My favorite part was when we had to make the sign, and it said, refuse to use straws, because then you realize that how much plastic is used in one single day.
I had to open the mahi stomach and search the bowlers for plastics. That was my favorite part about the whole week.
Favorite part of camp that I did was I went on the boat because it was really fun to look at the plastics we found in the sea.
My favorite part was everything at the camp.
My favorite thing at camp was when we was doing the trawl samples and like sitting in the rain, all alone, cold, saying nothing, and just like trying to just watch, see if you can see any big plastics or anything, just looking at the ocean, wishing you can just jump inside it.
I enjoyed everything. I had lots of fun, and I hope to be a counselor next year.
My absolute favorite part is watching the impact change them from within. But there was one crucial day at camp where everyone all of a sudden forgot to bring their forks. I had to break it to the students. I was like, guys, this is a lesson in poor planning. We may have to use disposable cutlery. And the entire camp was like, no, Miss Crystal, no, we'll eat with our hands. We don't need plastic forks. The food that came wrapped in aluminum foil paper, the students started taking that foil and molding it into spoons, eating with that. And I was just mind blown to see the dedication by these students that required no prompting, that was all from within, that was all transformational from our program. And that's really the fuel that gets me to keep going and to keep our program going on.
I just think that what the Bahamas Plastic Movement is doing for environmental education in this country is groundbreaking. I think that it not only educates people about the issues happening in the environment, but it brings people together, it inspires people, and it actually uplifts the community.
The future of our program is to make it to other Bahamian islands. So far, our program is rooted in South Eleuthera. We've reached islands such as Exuma, Abaco, and Harbor Island, but we want to reach the wider Bahamas and create more ocean ambassadors, create more plastic warriors, so that we can all fight this fight together and walk in unity to be the movement that we are, which is Bahamas Plastic Movement.
I had a great experience at camp, and I really hope that I can come next year and the years to come.
Please stop.